What's up, YouTube? This is Garrison here, talking about tech choices today, and cards that he thinks are just staple of this format. Ben, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, the new ban list came out. It's just changed the meta so much. Psychics are topping now. Wind-ups won. Six Sams are back like people thought they were dead in the first place. And there's just a lot of big tech cards that have come out in this format that a lot of people I just don't understand why people aren't playing these cards. So I guess I'm just going to jump right into it, First off, I always play 7 completed. I used to play Dark Worlds. I ran this card all the time. I'd be playing locals, and I'd be like, Grapha, 7 completed. And they'd be like, dude, you can't do that. I'm like, I think I can. And they'd call a judge over, and the judge would be like, you can't do that. And I'm like, nah, I think I can. And it just wins games.
Well, obviously. Why would a judge tell you can't play that? That's ridiculous.
I don't know, it's like it has to be equipped to a machine type or something.
And that's what they act like.
Obviously, I can throw it on the graph.
No kidding.
I play second Sarcophagus. The effect of this is pretty simple. It says this card can only be placed on the field by the effect of the first Sarcophagus. But see, I always believe there's ways around effects, and I pretty much just set it down on the field. That's it.
It's a pretty stable card too. It's real good.
Space Gift. I usually chain this from my hand because I can. And I do it when I attack with Neospatian Grand Mole, because then it goes down, and Neospatian Grand Mole bounces, and the effect resolves backwards, and I just don't draw any. And it's almost a -1, and it confuses your opponent. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they're looking at there. And I just think it's better than Max C. I would trade out Max C's for this any day. Space Gift, especially if you're playing Neospatian Grand Mole.
That card is too good.
I play one Gather Your Mind, 41st card in every deck. I get my 41. I get my 40 card deck built. 41 right here. Only one. It's too cloggy at 2 because, it just adds one Gather Your Mind from your deck to your hand. Your deck's shuffled. You can only use one per turn. I just figured if you can only use one per turn, then what's the point of searching for a second one? Because usually when I drop this, I'm going for game. So,
right,
you don't need a second one.
That's an interesting choice, wow.
Sepic's Blessing. See, I play Ancient Sacred Wyvern, and when I'm going for game, especially after I've just used Gathered Your Mind, I like to chain this in the battle phase to ensure that my Ancient Sacred Wyvern will have 6,000 attack.
Sure, it's bad enough for your opponent that you're already killing them, but to gain the life points at the end, it's just a real slap in the face.
On top of that, with the chain resolving backwards, you just make sure they have 600 life points left and you're doing 6,000.
Right, it's too good.
The only thing they can do to that is Mirror Force it, and what am I going to do? I'm going to chain Space Gift.
Right, yeah.
Spirit of the Pot of Greed. This card is just broke. Broke is broke gets. While this card is face-up attack position on the field, the player activates Pot of Greed, they can draw one more card. Obviously, Pot of Greed is banned. This card, if you're playing Dark Worlds and they skill drain you, it doesn't matter because they can't run Pot of Greed. So, Dark Worlds are useless against this. They draw into their skill drain, and they're the ones that just sigh, because they know they can't use it on you. Victoria. Another Dark World killer. See, I side this in against Dark Worlds all the time because I just take their graphics out of the graveyard. You get...
Oh yeah, it's the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, you get special 1 dragon out of anybody, or out of your opponent's graveyard. Every turn.
It's too good.
And they can't hit another fairy type. And I always play agents in my Banish Fish.
Of course, why wouldn't you?
I run 2 Venus, 1 Shine Ball, and 2 Shocktopus. Staple. And this, I usually side out my Shark Drake for Victoria. I don't main deck it. This card I have played in almost every deck since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And people ask me why do I play this in every single one of my decks, and my answer is this monster can attack your opponent's life points directly. You can read it right there. It's right on the card. This monster can attack your opponent's life points directly. What more do you want? I mean, do you want to run Raging Flame Sprite? You gain 1,000 attack every time you do it? No, because Skill Drain can't touch you. Next big tech card for this, and I mean it's a little more obscure than some of the other cards, would be a Dwell in the Depths. And the reason why this is so much more obscure than the other cards is because where's the monster? I mean, the detailing in this is so well done that you almost can't even see anything in there. Like, where is he? Where is this Dweller in the Depths?
Wow.
Well, you have to have continuous spell cards out to see him. That's why you run him in Crystal Beasts.
That's incredible.
I mean, he instantly goes from this 1,500 Shy Guy to, like, 3,500, just beating over JDs, you know?
Just pushing for game.
Pushing for game. That is what it's all about. And Dweller in the Depths does just that when you pair him with Crystal Beasts. Pokey Draco. Best floater since Reborn Tengu. I would recommend running 3 of these. I mean, he's may only have 200 attack and 100 defense, but he's a level 3 fire, easy for overlaying, searched by UFO Turtle because people still play that card. I run 3 of these, and the reason why he's such a great floater is you add one to your hand when he's normal summon, first of all. So you know you have one in your hand. You never run out of hand presence, you never run out of field presence. When he keeps going to the graveyard, what do when I run out of him? I soul exchange my graveyard back in my deck. And, I mean, just run 3 of him and 3 soul exchange. You'll have him forever. You will never run out of him. He gets under Xyz, you just detach him. When you get enough in there, you soul exchange it again. And it's really just a troll in your opponent's bar because they have to keep switching their deck in their graveyard. Every time.
Wow.
And usually by the time you have 3 of them in there, you got 30 cards in your graveyard. You're ready to just roll with it.
And at that point, I mean, you're just flipping Blast in the Ruins.
Exactly.
I mean,
you
wow.
just flip all your Blast in the Ruins, they go to the graveyard, you soul exchange, they all go back into your deck, you're ready to do it again. If somehow they have more than, like, 12,000 attack, they just keep, like, life transferring you or have, like, 27 Diane Kitos or something. Onto the traps, though. I play Watt Cancel because it negates. I play Champion's Vigilant because it negates. Xyz Wrath because it negates.
What more is there to say about it?
That's what traps do. Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Xyz Wrath. They negate. If it negates, it's good.
Enough said.
Lava Bull Slasher. He's BLS. But he does piercing. If he kills something, you get to attack again in a row. If they're hold you down with Spirit Reaper, Gel and Duo, hit it. Hit it again. Just hit it all you want. Hit it like it's a cheap date. Seriously, just keep hitting it. I mean, all you have to do is have some lava monsters in your graveyard, but that's not hard to get. I mean, obviously, everybody runs 3 Lava Lady of the Lakes. They mill themselves in the graveyard when you get one out there. You already have your 3, as long as your opponent isn't playing Dark Smog because they play Dark Worlds, which we've already talked about that with Jinzo number 7 over here, and Spirit of the Pot of Greed. They won't be running Dark Worlds for very long after they duel you. They aren't going to be able to stop him, and, I mean, I'll play him in everything from my own Dark World build, to Banish Fish, to Agents, to Psychic Grand Soil. He's good.
What's your opinion on the Konami's choice for the rarity that came out? We had heard rumors that it was coming out in Ultimate Rare.
I was crushed. I had actually heard that he was coming out in Ultimate Rare. I saw him OCD on DN before he came out. I started playtesting him in my decks, and I found out that he was going to be coming out in Ultra and Ultimate. And they printed him in Common, and I was crushed. I mean, I locked myself in my room for like 6 days. I told my parents that if they brought me anything other than Strawberry Pop-Tarts, I was probably going to slit my throat. Honestly, this card doesn't deserve to be Common, and I'll probably never forgive Konami for that, no matter how many times they gave us Legendary Collection Yugi's World. They did that, and they also made it a lot harder to play this card. If you play this card, and there's a judge around, you'll probably get kicked out, but that's why you don't play it when there's a judge around. You keep it in your hand. This card wins games, and as long as they're not playing Spirit of the Pot of Greed, you're okay. And the last tech card I have to say is one that, I mean, a lot of these I've just found out from experience playing other duelists, gathering information. This was one that we actually found out on our own, kind of on accident. it involves sweet corn. I'm sure you all have pulled this out of Order of Chaos and wanted to shoot yourself in the head because it was taking up your pack space. But this is a good card. It actually pulls off one of the most intricate plays I've probably ever seen with a corn-based monster. And that is you summon him and you power him up with something. Anything. I mean, we've already talked about how good equip cards are versus back row hate. And this card gives you equip, attack, crazy blow-up power, and back row hate at the same time. MST, screw it. Heavy Storm, fuck it. You don't need it when you run Sweet Corn. What you do is you throw a Mage Power on United We Stand, whatever you've got in your hand, and you beat over it for the first turn. You know, Card Trooper first turn plays, screw him. You run Sweet Corn first. They can't beat over him if they don't have some crazy play, because again, they're playing Dark World players. Spirit of the Pot of Greed, we've already talked about this. Versatility makes you a good Yu-Gi-Oh player. If they're not running something stupid like that, they can't get over him. They're going to set some Serene Psychic Witch or a Giant Rat or something and end their turn. What you do, if they set it back row, it's even better. What you do is, next turn, you hit whatever they have. You know, if they're playing Evils and it's a Westley, you can't get over it anyway. I mean, even Spirit of the Pot of Greed or Jinzo number 7 isn't helping you for that one. Well, Jinzo number 7 would kind of help a little bit. He can attack your opponent's life points directly. But
it says it right on the card.
Exactly. It's not that hard of a concept for people to grasp, but these people who get top 8 and stuff, and they're not running Jinzo number 7, they could have won the YTS. There's a reason they got knocked out by Inzectors, because Billy Brake was playing them. It's not because of Billy Brake, it's because you didn't have a Jinzo number 7. But back to the Sweet Corn issue here. You hit whatever card they've got because you can't get over it. I mean, a lot of today's meta you can't fix. That's what people are trying to do. They're trying to get combos that can't be stopped by Baylor and that kind of stuff. Main phase 2, because that's the only way you can activate his effect. You go to main phase 2, you pay 500 life points, you get a token out on the field. Right? Then what you do is you Token Sunday. Token Sunday, you destroy all tokens on your side of the field, blow up that many cards on their side of the field. And that just wipes the rest of whatever they've got, because, I mean, by that point, you're playing multiple Sweet Corns. You probably summon another one out of your hand at that point. So now you have 2 out on the field, because you still have a normal summon. You still have that normal summoning advantage. So you have 2 tokens out. Token Sunday, back row, whatever card they special summon. Especially if it's Giant Rat. They summon another Giant Rat, they can't get their second Giant Rat effect. Screw them. They suck. And now you're set with a crazy high powerful Sweet Corn, and they're back to turn 1. This play is good. I mean, I play it on DN all the time. It annoys the heck out of people. It helps me. It's an easy +2. Just play it. I don't know what else. I mean, if you're not playing these kinds of combos that people aren't expecting, you're not going to win a YCS. You're not going to go to Nationals. You're not going to go to the World Championship. These are what the Japanese people are playing because they know what's going on. And all I can do is help you guys, try and tell you guys what I'm thinking. I mean, obviously, if we were coming up with plays like these, I'm sure there's other plays out there that we haven't thought of that you guys can be doing too. But I mean, simple stuff, old stuff, long forgotten. Jinzo number 7, Spirit of the Pot of Greed, Sebik's Blessing, Gather Your Mind. You know,
41st card.
These cards are all cards that people don't think about anymore. They're good. Don't let them go to waste. And that's pretty much all I have to say to you guys. I mean, that's my advice here.
Alright, guys, that's Ben Garrison's opinions and on cards that are good this format and good tech choices.
That's about it.
And be sure to head on down to your local Walmart and get you a Yugi's World, Legendary Collection 3.
Complimentary Shock Diplo.
Yes, it comes with...
Play that with one Mystic Shine Ball and 2 Venus.
Yes, Ben says that it's very good, and I know I would take his word on it.
When in combo, I'm going to go take a shit.